Welcome to Kenny Quest First Ride, where I test ride motorcycles I've never ridden before, in the hopes that I find the perfect motorcycle for me. This time I'm riding the Royal Enfield Scram 411. All reactions are authentic and based on my past experience. I'm a newer rider. I ride a 2021 Harley-Davidson Iron 883 Sportster with a Stage 1 upgrade, and a vintage 1996 Harley-Davidson Heritage Softail Special that I fixed up and made road ready. Links to those playlists in the description below. Let's ride. Hey guys, what's going on? Here at Sky Motorsports in Sanford, our Ducati, BMW, Indian, Suzuki, and Royal Enfield dealer. And right before me, I have the Scram 411. Royal Enfield's Himalayan Scram 411. Basically a Himalayan, but stripped down to be just a scrambler. And today we're going to scramble the city streets of Sanford and try to find some off-road or semi-off-road conditions. But Royal Enfield has marketed this as an urban explorer for those living in town who occasionally on the weekends gets a wild hair and they want to go out into the country and traverse some gravel and semi-dirt roads, I guess. But look at the knobbies that we have on this. Looks pretty off-road looking. And these 17-inch wheels, 90 set. And up front, let's see, we got a 19. And looks like it's a little bit thinner. So we're going to hop on the Royal Enfield and see what it has to offer us. Now, getting on the scramble, I asked them, I said, did you get it on it like an ADV bike? Like with the Pan America, they tell you to put your foot here first and swing your leg over like a horse, or do you get on it just like, you know, a normal motorcycle? And they said like a normal motorcycle. And that kickstand, I don't know if you can see it, but it is almost sticking straight down. It's cool that it leans it up, but it makes it very... I would say potentially hazardous if you wanted to get on it like an ADV motorcycle. And there's not much of an L or a lip coming out onto the pavement, so it's, you know, it's stable. The one thing it is cool though is they give you this little catch right here, I don't know if you can see that your foot can catch easily when you're trying to put your kickstand up when you're seated on the motorcycle, which I'll demonstrate. So as you can see, you can take your heel and do it like that. So that's very, very easy to accomplish, which is awesome. All right, I am 6 foot tall, 32-inch inseam. Sitting on the motorcycle, I have a slight knee bend, and my feet are firmly flat on the ground. Royal Enfield gives you a key, which is cool, so you don't have to worry about a fob. Got the good old traditional key, and basically here with the speedometer and the accessory GPS system that's powered by Google, you have some options here. So by pressing a button right behind the throttle up top here by the engine kill switch, you have a toggle button that runs you through trip A, trip B, and this one says trip F, and then your odometer, and not sure what 3.6 miles, hope that doesn't mean how much gas we have left, but let's give it a start. All right. Exhaust note from stock. Not bad. Sounds like a little tractor. And that's pretty much what this motorcycle is, right? All right. And away we go. Yeah, the foot controls are a little bit back. Let's test out that suspension on this speed table. Yeah, very good. I'm going to adjust my mirrors here a little quick. There we go. As we pull into second gear, and I'm going to try to find some scrambly type conditions. And I think this is my first opportunity here. Oh yeah. Oh, she got a little pep to her step. In third gear, going 45 miles per hour. Not bad at all. Let's see what we got here. Very nimble. And here we go with some dirt road action. See if we can tractor through here. I don't have much off-road experience. In fact, this is probably the most experience I've had off-road. But it looks like this is a short route. So let's see if we can just get on the grass here and traverse this area. Yeah, very nice. See if I can make a turn without falling over. Oh man, that's nice. So yeah, it gives you a lot of confidence. Bike's staying upright. It's doing exactly what I wanted it to do in this off-road conditions. And this is what scrambling's all about. It's that, you know, take it kind of anywhere that a vehicle is designed to go, whether it's paved or not. Hitting some bumps here. Yeah, it's pretty good. Different elevations here. Yeah. It's a demo bike, so I'm not going to get crazy. I don't want to drop it, but certainly is able to take some bumps and get off the road wherever you want to go. Where a normal bike, you'd feel that it would skid out because of the lack of traction on the tires. But I'm thinking, you know, we're at about 30 miles per hour, 20 miles per hour is as much you're going to do on a trail, right? Casually. I mean, if you're a serious off-road dude, it'll probably give you a little bit of tolerance as you grow into it. But anything beyond, you know, pedestrian level off-roading, you'd probably want to get into a DRZ product from Suzuki or something that's designed for. So I'm at a stop and I was able to put both feet on the ground, which is awesome. Ooh, gotta blip it. Otherwise you're gonna stall out. Yep, don't be timid. But it wouldn't be a Kenny Quest demo without a stall, at least one or two. Now, what about this rough pavement action? Look at all these potholes. Let's test that suspension. Yeah. This is pretty bumpy. I mean, these are probably the roads that they experience over in India and other underdeveloped population areas. And I'm fine. I'm very comfortable. The seat is very comfortable in this situation. The most movement I'm getting is in the front end. Bars are nice and wide. They have bar end weights on this, so it's very stable on the steering. I know if I was riding that road with my Softail, Heritage Softail, I'd be hearing some hard parts shaking. Alright, let's get on some traffic and see if we can see what she's got. Winded it out of first. Second will get you to 50. In third, 55. Pay no attention to that speed limit sign. And then into fourth around 60. So plenty of gusto for city traffic. And that was my main concern coming into all this, is was that 24 horsepower and 23 foot-pounds of torque enough? And the answer is yeah. And it's got a little bit of a grunt to the exhaust coming stock. Mirrors outside to be in a little bit of fog. They're not shaking as much as I would think with the agricultural style motor. Good engine braking. Yeah. Reduce your counter lean into your corners here, and does everything a normal motorcycle does. But it doesn't have self-canceling indicators, so you got to be conscientious of that. Riding down the pavement, very smooth. I don't see why anyone would have an issue. Not a lot of engine noise when you're downshifting, but shifts are very smooth. Roll-on is responsive. It's very responsive. A lot more than I thought it would be. It doesn't look. Oh, this is fun. Yeah, this is a lot more nimble than I thought. Yeah, so I feel really confident on this. I'm in 5th gear at 45 miles per hour. If I drop it down to 4th, it's comfortable. But when I was in 5th, it's not lugging. When I was in low speeds on my Iron 83, which has about double the amount of horsepower and torque that this has, it would lug in 5th gear if you're going, 40 miles per hour. Now the controls for the brakes, for the rear brake, brings back memories of my ride on the Interceptor 650. A little smushy, a little mushy. But yeah, for the price of this motorcycle, which is around $5,000, I'll throw it up on the screen, the exact MSRP for North America. I mean, if you're looking for a first bike, yeah, this'll do it for sure. And it's a bike that it's inexpensive enough where on your first bike, I wanted to buy something that was tied to a dealer, so if I had a problem, I could bring it back to the dealer. And my Harley came with a 2-year warranty. I'll throw the warranty up on the screen for this. I believe it's the same. I never needed my dealer during the warranty period, which just expired. But it was there in case I needed it. And with this particular motorcycle, if you grow out of it and you don't need the bike as equity capital to trade in on your next bike, you keep it and you have enough for a down payment or to pay for your second bike, you can keep this. You can keep this motorcycle because, like a Sportster, I think this has a pretty good chance for multiple uses in any garage, whether it's just something to ride around town for yourself, take it out on the weekends, hit some trails, use it as a learning bike for someone else in your family, or if you have a friend who has an endorsement, doesn't have a bike, this is a great option for them to ride. Alright, let's hit some traffic and see if how we feel. Actually, I'm going to go fuel up a little bit. I'm going to put some gas in it because it's blinking on me and I want to take it on the interstate just for grins. Alright, fuel up. Ooh, we need the key. So that looks pretty simple. The cap is permanently there, so you never have to worry about losing it. That's pretty cool. I'll give it the good stuff. That's pretty weird. It's pretty shallow right there. But I guess that's where it hits that's where it hits the frame, so you kind of got to shoot it to the side here. So we'll throw a gallon in this, and there we go. And then close this up. How does it close? There we go. I had to push it down and turn it until it clicked, and then it's locked. Pretty cool. Alright, let's hit the city streets here. See if we can keep up with traffic. 4th gear, 60. I don't feel the engine stressing out. It's doing its thing. And then we got 5th gear. So yeah, it's a little zoom machine. You know, and it's got this big headlight, and the seal in the front gives it that awesome retro look. I've heard nothing but good things about the looks. I'm sure there's people out there like, I don't like that, but I like it. I'm into retro looking bikes, so I got no problem with that. Accessory wise, you can outfit this with a bunch of different accessories that Royal Enfield has. And the prices on the accessories aren't too bad. You know, I come from the Harley world where everything's $100. There's not too much cosmetic stuff that you need to do, but you know, if you want to put some panniers on here to allow you to take a trip, you can do that. You know, there's something to be said about riding a slow bike fast. It's very enjoyable rather than riding a fast bike slow. And just winding out the gears on this is a lot of fun. And that's usable power range that you have on the city streets every day. And there's only so much you can do with traffic. Yeah, downshift's very smooth. The clutch difference, the hand controls, the distance between the clutch lever and the hand grip is about normal. I don't know if there's any adjustability in that, but it's about as much as my Harley gives me. Let's see what we find neutral real quick. Yep, look at that. Real easy to find neutral. Getting a little side eye from the guy over here. Checking out the Himalayan. I mean, it's an attractive bike, and the different colorways that they have available for it are quite a bit. But with this upright seating position, I feel in command. I can see right over this old Corolla. And the mirrors are not getting my shoulders that much. But I can see the whole lane to my right and everything behind me. So they got the ergos dialed in for, you know, your 6-foot American male. Suspension wise, there's a mono shock underneath the seat. Of course, you have your front forks with shock tubes inside. None of it is adjustable that I could see with my hands. They might give you a spanner wrench for the rear shock. I'll double check that information, throw it on the screen if that's correct. My Iron 83 came with a spanner wrench that I could adjust for preload. But here we are in afternoon traffic, and there we go. That's kind of what I wanted to see is, you know, you'll get used to the throttle, but how much you really have to give it in this stop and go traffic. And there's not a lot of bottom end torque at the lowest rev. It revs at idle at 1300 RPM. But riding in the city at normal traffic, pretty good. I'm very pleased. But let's hop on the Interstate and give the Scram 411 the Interstate test, because I know in my area you'd be hard pressed not to get on the Interstate with this motorcycle if you want to save some time to get to your favorite off-road spot or just a national park or state park. Alright, let's get on this highway here. We're in 5th gear and we're going 65 miles per hour. Wind-wise, not bad. I'm getting a little bit of head shaking from some wind gusts here and there. Feeling really nothing in my chest. 70 miles per hour. Uh-oh, got some obstacles in front of me. Hey. 71. I'm just rolling on gently. Getting a little wind now because I'm passing this 18-wheeler. But the Scram is handling it. No problems. So we can do it. 75. I'm leaning a little bit forward. Getting some wind gusts. But I'm keeping up with traffic. And when there's less wind drag, I can feel the bike kind of accelerate easier. It doesn't propel, but a little bit easier until I hit the next wind gust. But 75, I mean, the bike is not vibrating the mirrors, so I can see clearly in. I'm really impressed. I still got more throttle, so I'm going to roll it on. I don't don't feel like I'm tapped out yet. As we get to 78, and I'm going to slow down now because it's just traffic. Get over because I need to get off this exit. So yeah, very impressed. I mean, yeah, I can handle the interstate, no problem. All right, Royal Enfield Scram 411. What a fun ride. So who would I recommend the Scram 411 for? Practically anyone who enjoys motorcycling. If you're a new rider, a brand new rider, this is very good. If you're a more experienced rider, 2, 3, 4, 5 years, you're going to have a blast on it. If you're someone that says, hey, I want to get into this off-road ADV style of riding, but I'm not quite sure how often I'm going to do it, but you're going to do a weekend trip, no problem. You can add panniers and bags and kind of build this out for a little bit less than the Himalayan. And honestly, this to me looks a lot better than the Himalayan. The Himalayan to me looks more dad jeans and, you know, grandpa-ish a little bit. But the Scram 411 is kind of hip, and that's what they're marketing to. If you see all their marketing that they're doing, it's, you know, people that are in their 20s to, you know, mid-30s, hipsters and so forth. And that term's so overused. I feel I'm a hipster too in certain ways. But as a full-grown adult male, I had a blast on this. It looks cool. The design is nice. It's got some technology with the Google Ride Assist, and the fit and finish is nice. I mean, not everything is metal. That's a plastic fender, but you know, it's got mud guards. It's got badging. It doesn't have all LED complements. It's got some halogen parts on it, halogen lights. But for the price, you really can't go wrong with this. The brake system, they're Brembos, front and rear pistons, but they're the budget brand, Bybri, which means by Brembo, in case you were wondering. You know, you can hop on this, take your kid with you, you know, take your girl to the coffee shop. You know, it's perfect. It's a very affordable motorcycle to have fun on, and as we can see, it can commute, it can go on the highway. So I recommend this bike pretty much to anybody if you're looking for some fun and adventure. And really, you can have an adventure on any motorcycle, just point in a direction. But with the knobby tires, you get to have a little bit of off-road adventure. Maintenance, well, it's got spokes, so you're going to have to make sure that your spokes are tightened. There's a wrench for that you can buy. You want to make sure that your chain is lubricated. These are all things that you can do as a process a few times a year with your motorcycle. And as a hobby, it kind of brings you together, you know, with the motorcycle. And you create that bond, and it's good, clean fun. Now, would I buy this motorcycle? Yes. I am very tempted to buy this motorcycle. I looked at the DRZ 400. Now I've looked at this Scram 411. I've looked at some used bikes, some BMW 650s, GS 650, some KTM products that are used. But the power that I received on this demo, riding it on the street, riding it in the dirt, riding on the interstate, that's as much as I feel that I need right now for this type of motorcycle. Because once I get on the dirt and get off the beaten path, I'm not going 75, 55 miles per hour. I'm probably going 15 to 35, 40 miles per hour at the most. And as you can saw in that demo, it handles that fine. And that's going to allow me as a first-time off-road rider to kind of get used to how that feels, how the wheels are reacting to my input commands based on speed, the turns, and all that kind of stuff. I can learn all that over a couple riding seasons with this motorcycle. And like with anything, there's aftermarket parts available that would allow you to put a big bore kit in this and expand it even more if you wanted to. These are awesome bikes. In fact, this platform has been used in races and sporting events around the world, so it's a solid platform. Royal Enfield's done a good job. Alright guys, thanks for joining me on this one. I really want to give a shout out to Sky Power Sports. They were so nice to have me go out on the Scram 411 today. And if you are in the Central Florida area, you want to see Sky Power Sports for all your motorcycling needs. They said, here's the bike, go have some fun. So I really do appreciate them. And remember, keep that shiny side up. We'll see you next time. I'm Kenny Quest. Thanks for watching. If you like Harley-Davidson products, the Harley-Davidson lifestyle, follow my channel, where I embark on a journey of a lifetime, diving headfirst into motorcycle culture, modifying my Harley-Davidson motorcycles, traveling, and having a good time. If you like my vibe, I encourage you to subscribe. See you next time.